Hello, it's Nathan again. Now I want to comment on Goodall chapters 12 through 14, which talks about the slow food movement as well as fair trade practices. I wasn't aware of the slow food movement before I read Goodall's chapters and looked over the homework questions. But it's a very interesting idea, and apparently it's been around for 16 or 17 years, and the fact that I, nor a lot of the people I've talked to, have ever heard of it makes me think that maybe it's not doing as well as they had hoped. And it's one of those things that I think is good in theory, but it hasn't been implemented 100% well. So it's anyway. What I do like about it is that it kind of promotes the idea of watching what you eat and not just rushing in and not thinking about it and letting them give you whatever they want. The other thing that these chapters kind of talk about is organic food versus local food, and I think there's a lot of pros and cons both ways. I mean, you could look at it and say, okay, what is going to be the least expensive? Okay, you could look at it and say, what's going to be the healthiest? What's going to be the most environmentally friendly? What's going to be, and it just depends what you want to look at, and then weigh the pros and cons of each of them.
Vinny, what do you need from Megan? She should be on walkie.
My walkie's going off. All right. And personally,
I just have some requests.
and I'm just going to be honest, I generally like to look for what's fast and what's cheapest. Now, that doesn't mean I don't watch what I eat. I'm not on like a vegetarian diet or a vegan diet, or I don't eat all organic foods or anything like that. But I certainly watch what I eat, and eat chicken over other meats quite often whenever I can, and choose a grilled chicken over a breaded chicken and that sort of thing. But again, I think you just need to decide what's most important to you, and then weigh the pros and cons of various diets, and weigh the pros and cons of eating locally versus eating organic and having things shipped in and that sort of thing. The other thing this talks about is the fair trade practices, which I think is a very interesting topic, because I think that developed countries do take advantage of underdeveloped countries a lot, and there's minimum wages here, but there's not minimum wages abroad and overseas in various countries, and it's kind of a loop that they're never going to be able to get out of if we keep paying 30 cents over there for something that you'd have to pay $10 for here. It's not, a lot of people are always going to go for the cheaper option. So I think it's very important that rules be in place to prevent that from happening. I think that's a really interesting topic. I know there's a lot of, I was reading about, there's a lot of coffee and cocoa and chocolate and various different things that are always imported just because it's cheaper, and we take them from these underdeveloped countries, and I guess we never expect them to become self-sufficient, because we can't keep basically just robbing them and expect them to be able to support themselves. So I think that's something, I'm not sure on a personal level what I can do to really change that, but I think it's something we all need to be aware of. And so that's my thoughts on that, and I look forward to seeing you guys in another week or two. Have a good day.